We celebrate the Feast of Our Lady of Sorrows on September the 15th. It's a feast of Mary, the Mother of Jesus. It's an important feast for my community, the Passionists, because we see Mary as the first disciple of Jesus. She's a model for anyone wishing to follow him. One of my community, Blessed Dominic Barbary, wrote extensively about Mary and her sorrows. He sees Mary standing at the foot of the cross, as St. John does in his Gospel. She's a mother. She's a new Eve. And she's also another Abraham. To remember Abraham, who faced the death of his son Isaac on the mountain. First, Mary's a mother, Dominic writes. Can you find on earth a love more tender, deeper, stronger than a mother's love for her children? In the Old Testament, the book of Isaiah, God himself uses a mother's love to describe the intensity of his love for us. So Mary loves Jesus as his mother. She has human ties to him. He's flesh of her flesh. She knows his goodness, his innocence, the sublimity of his spirit as a child. She knows him longer than anyone here on earth. And then she knows him as divine. So she stands near his cross as his mother, and her sorrows are greater because of that relationship. Her compassion's stronger, her wounds are deeper. Besides being his mother, Mary's also another Eve. Eve is the mother of all the living, you remember from the book of Genesis. So Mary's love and care extend beyond her own relationship with the Lord, her own flesh and blood. She has Eve's relationship to the whole human family and all of creation. Christian tradition sees the cross that way too. Jesus on the cross is the new Adam. Mary, standing beneath the cross, is the new Eve. They reach out to the whole of the created universe. And finally, Mary, like Abraham, trusts that God, in spite of everything, will be true to his promise of life. Even though he faced death, Abraham believed that God would bring life. Through all the uncertainties he experienced, even when the promises seemed impossible, Abraham hopes. Mary's like him. She believes and she hopes. Now, the same qualities we see in Mary, we ask for ourselves. We're meant to stand by the cross that comes to us all. We're meant to be compassionate and loving people. Compassion begins with human ties, the ties of flesh and blood, mother, father, sister, brother. By nature, we love and are compassionate to those close to us, but our love and compassion are meant to go beyond human ties. Like our first parents, we're called to reach out to all the living, to all creation with love and compassion. So we reach out to our world, especially the world that's on a cross, and the cross is always there. A crucified world is always there, and we're meant to stand by it. We need Abraham's hope and faith. We need to stand like Mary. They found life there before death. And so will we.